How's it going, guys? So this week on the YouTube channel we're going to be talking about The Phantom Goes to Hell. The story is based in Paris, France, and the issue number for this week is 1912. Now the cover artist for this week's cover is Turid Aurora Walderhorg. Now this cover, I'm not too, I don't know, well, frankly right now, I do not like it. One of the reasons why I don't like it is because even if on the video, it's going to be more optimized. In normal sort of lighting, it's very, very dark. And so that is probably one of the reasons why I'm not that fond about this cover. One of the other reasons why, I know we'll be getting into it, one of the other reasons why I do not like the cover is it doesn't have any whites in it. It does not have any whites in it. Does not have any highlights, and it's very, very hard to see what's even going on in the image. It's very, very hard because you've got all these dark elements, you've got all this shadow, and barely no highlights. That's just my wrap on this cover. And so we have the story is The Phantom Goes to Hell. It's written by Pidde Andersson and drawn by Percy Ochoa. First, the story. Yeah, it's based in Paris, where the Phantom travels to Paris for his honeymoon with his wife Janie Carey. Now, one of the things that it is mentioned in this story is that Jane Carey's brother didn't approve of the marriage, and but Jane herself is she does it anyway, and because she's ambitious in trying to steer her own boat and trying to steer her own life, and basically trying to live with obviously her to be husband, which is the Phantom. And why one of the things that I think is depicted very, very well in the first couple of pages is basically the facial expressions on the women's faces when one person is actually, I would say, I would say the facial expression for that would be quite arrogant. Either arrogant or actually, oh, you've just said something about me and I don't like it. I'm going to retaliate. But the Phantom, he's in Paris. He's in Paris because of his honeymoon. His wife and his wife's friend, they go to a cafe, and the Phantom basically wants milk, but because his wife is, I would say, wants to be all time special, um, she doesn't actually get the Phantom milk, and explains to the Phantom that, yeah, don't embarrass me, Kit. This is a good restaurant, and no milk will be with the food. So she's straight to the point. She's like straight to the point. No milk for you, babe. No milk. So then the wife and the wife's friend go to an operetta, and the Phantom decides he doesn't want to go to it. The Phantom, he's walking down a alleyway and witnesses basically a assassination, and he then finds out from that person. He finds out from that person that there's actually going to try and be there's a group of organization and individuals who are trying to set up a murder plot so then they can murder the president of France. That didn't go quite to plan, did it? So the actor, he makes it on time to his opera date, and he makes it on there. He is about to come on stage and perform his part, but what actually happens is his part, it ends abruptly, and the guy who told the Phantom the assassination plot is basically killed for no reason. Like, just because you've got an assassination plot and just because you do not like this person that's in government, doesn't mean it gives you the right to actually say, oh, yes, I don't like this person. Oh, yes, I'm going to basically assassinate him. But then people always, people usually have different beliefs and different sort of aspects on how they interpret a person's how they interpret a person's words and how they use those words. So the Phantom, he hurries off to this guy. He then thinks, if I was a assassinator or a plot to murder the president of France, where would I meet up? Oh, yeah, yeah, of course. I would meet up at the pub, the Lin and Fur, and he gets into a tussle with a couple of people. The Phantom actually comes out. He saves everyone, and he then reports. He then reports the people and the assassinators to the police. He rings the police, and when that assassinator was trying to kill the Phantom just puts the roughneck into the roughnecks and he is capiche. So the Phantom, he wins and he then gets the authorities to sort it out, and we are end of the story. And then at the end, he actually says, he's reading the newspaper and he says, oh, there was a mysterious, unknown person who had forfeited a assassination plot to the president of France, which is, I would say, quite a good ending. And then he actually goes on to say, what do you want to do today, darling? I don't know. Would you like to go up there? And they're talking about the Eiffel Tower. Have I ever told you that my grandfather met Gustave Eiffel? Now that's an interesting story. There we go. I hope they do make a story about the Eiffel Tower because, as everyone knows, I love my history. I love history, and I love when they put a history depicted story in a Phantom story. It's so damn good. And as a lot of people would know, Klaus Roy Murphy was absolutely bomb with his historical stories. So yeah. So we have the Air Pirates. It's a part two to the Phantom by Gaslight. New story by Jason Paulos. Yeah, art and story by Jason Paulos, and the editor for this week is Glenn Ford. Now, this story, it follows on from, I think, issue number 1909, I'm pretty sure, and because that was the New Year's issue, the key points to look out for this story is we are now into the second part of a fairly new story that is based in the fictional world of steampunk. The Phantom goes to the steampunk version of Bengala. He finds the air pirates base location in a local tribe in Bengala. But attempting to save the airship's boss's daughter, he's caught, and then that's how part two goes. So he is leading a mission to try and get a kidnapped daughter, who that daughter is then related back to a very high up person who has basically said, Phantom, I need your help. I need to try and find my daughter or something. Can you please help me in return to something? And the Phantom basically he takes that on his chest and he goes and basically I would say, as every Phantom story and every Phantom fan knows, he's going to basically save that person, and he'll basically be living to he'll be around beyond this story. So we have the forum. It's letters, comments, social media, and you can get it all at the forum. Now, for the last, I would say the last probably 6 to 4 or 5 months, we have not had someone win the few crew badge, which is, I don't it's either that they don't have enough space to put it in the forum, or they actually haven't found a worthy enough winner. But yeah, I read the forum letters. There's some good ones in there, and then there's just some people just complaining about sort of things. And if you would like to send your own letter to probably get it published in the forum, you can mail to Few Publications, PO Box 2206, Coverley West, New South Wales 2031, or you can email dudley at fewpublications.com.au. And now we have Play the Phantom board game now. The Treasures of Dracon is available at Few Publications or at phantomcomic.com.au for $135 including postage. Yeah. I'm not too fussed about that cover and the back cover of it, but if you would like to basically support PhantomCave, my rating for this book is a 7.5 out of 10. The reasons I didn't really like the art inside the story, because it felt like some pages and some panels in the story it felt like the art sort of didn't complement the story enough, or the art was a little bit smudgy, and it felt like the scans weren't that high quality. It felt like you had to put more effort into looking at the art than usual. Usually, if you're going to have to put more effort in looking at the art and then reading the story, then people are going to get confused. People may even say they don't even like the story, which is where I'm coming from. Now, if you have been enjoying the first season of The Enthusiast, comment your thoughts below in the comment section. And as always, you can support PhantomCave by subscribing. And have you heard the rumour that there might be a big production coming for our character, which would be awesome? And I've heard 2 people already talk about it, so it may be going somewhere. Our character might be gaining popularity. And as always, keep Phantom Caving, and I will see you next time on the YouTube channel.